going to be use y equals mx plus b. As Bryn was trying to tell me earlier, how could you use y is equal to mx plus b? You can see two of the letters have got numbers attached to it. The M and the B. Let's talk about each one. What is B here? That's where they lied to you. Y is not the Y, or B is not the Y-intercept. No.
A random number.
And unfortunately, I just erased it. Why is B not the Y-intercept?
It's not.
Look at your notes. The Y-intercept is the point where it crossed the Y-axis. What do you know about every point? There are two parts to its location, is there not? B is a single number. How can a single number be a point? But it is important in that this is where it crosses the line. B is not the Y-intercept. B is the Y value of the Y-intercept. It is not the Y-intercept itself. Now, I may feel like I'm splitting hairs. But in my math lab, if you tell them, oh, the Y-intercept is 5, they will mark it wrong. Because they expect the ordered pair. Put a big note in your note, a big star in your notes. This becomes a big frustration for students every semester because you've been taught, oh, B is a Y-intercept. No, it's not. They lied to you. It's the Y value of the Y-intercept. If you're used to putting one number only, you're going to have to change your habits. And no, don't bother emailing me. Well, but Craig, it's right. No, it's not. The directions say write an ordered pair, and you didn't follow directions. And on your test, it will say ordered pair. And every semester, I have people that will write a single number, and then want to argue with me that they should get credit for it. I told you to wash the windows. Why are you sweeping the floor? What's that?
Because you broke the window.
Why would I ask you to wash a window that I broke? Think about it, my friend. Okay, so what does that tell us about 5 is where B was? This tells us what? We have the 0.05. That is the only point that Y equals MX plus B will tell you.
Why we don't have B?
We'll get to that. B is always there. Well, okay, there's one case where B won't be there, but we'll get back to that. There's a couple special circumstances. Okay, so what I tell people is begin at B. And it both has, if you like that. So do we have that point? Oh yeah, boom, right there. So what does the M do for you? M was called the slope. Great. Does anybody know what the slope is? It's got lots of names. Slope is also the slant. It can be, I think of the slope as, these are the directions to get from one point to the next. But you notice we got 2 dimensions here, right? Up and down and left and right. The slope itself, why do they pick M? I don't know, you can Google it, they'll tell you, oh no. Every slope has got 2 parts to it. The top, A lot of you are gonna say rise over run. Anybody remember that? Rise over run. What does that mean?
You go up.
No, to me, it means you have to get your ass out of bed before you can go for a jog. You can't jog if you haven't gotten out of bed, right? Again, you are just so weird this morning. It is, yes, as you were starting to say, it's how far it goes either up or down compared to how far it goes left to right. So let's take a look at this down here. M is 3. Wait a minute, you said there's supposed to be 2 parts to it. Where's the other part?
3/1.
Bingo. What can we do with any whole number? Can you make it look like a fraction? Sure. Positive means we're going to do what?
Go up.
Positive would be up, negative would be down, right? So this means we're going to go up 3. What's the 1 symbol? And by the way, the bottom number will always be positive
It goes away.
to the right one, and always go left to right, just like you're reading. There might be cases where it's hard because you're on the edge, but work it out. So I start here. I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and over 1, boom, and there's my next point. I'm going to go up 3 and over 1, boom, there's my next point. Connect the dots. Math people will tell you this is the most efficient. It's the fastest. Because a lot of times, if you look at that number 35, 36, a lot of them are already in y equals mx plus b form. Which one am I looking at?
So in the homework, we can use any of these 3 ways to get the same answer.
Yes. Well, with one exception. I'll get back to that in a minute. So this one, y equals 4x minus 2. Where are you going to start? Begin at B. B is -2, so the y-intercept is 0, -2. Oh, right there. So B is -2, so that means we have 0, -2. M here is 4, which means it's going to be 4 over 1, up 4, and to the right 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, there's my next stop. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, there's my next stop. That's why your math teacher said, you're supposed to use this. You have to. Do you have to? No. If you get it, is it way quicker? Yeah. But some people don't get it. That's okay. So you got 3 options. Now, here's where my math lab gets to be fun. Whoa. A little large, Craig. Yeah. If you have something like this one. Probably easier if I just erase the whole thing. 3x plus 6y equals, is that 12? If you want to do this by y equals mx plus b, what could you do with this? Can you put this in y equals mx plus b form?
Yeah.
We did that in chapter 2, didn't we? In that same section where they gave you just a whole bunch of funky number or letters and you had to, that's why we were doing it there, to get you ready for this. What could you do to this? Get the 3x on the other side. Yep. Wow. 6x is equal to -3, or excuse me, 6y is equal to -3x plus 12. And again, I write it in this order so it matches this order. I have people flip flop them, which is fine, except then they identify the x's or the slope is the wrong thing. The slope is the first number, right? No, the slope is the number in front of m, or in front of x. And now, close. When you say divide by 6, this is what sometimes people do. They'll go, okay, 3x plus 2. Did they divide by 6? You have to divide everything individually by 6. What I see people doing is only doing the whole number. If this number changed, shouldn't that one also have to change? So I tell people, no, you're not dividing by 6. You're dividing everything individually by 6. -3 divided by 6 is good. If you put it as a decimal, -0.5, how does that help? It don't. It goes back to the fraction thing. So yeah, this is -1/2 x. 12 divided by 6 is 2. Okay. So where do you go from here? B is 2. What does that tell you?
So the points would be 0.
It's a 0.02. You see why I insist, in my math lab insists on it being an ordered pair. What about M? There's our first step. Second step, M is -1/2, which is going to mean what? Down 1 and to the right 2. Down 1 and to the right 2. Boom, there's my next point. Down 1 and to the right 2. Boom, there's my next point. How do you graph that in my math lab in your home? So, question?
I have a question.
Yes.
Can you show how you graph the M?
The M, it's my directions. -1/2. Right? Negative is going to mean up or down?
No.
Down.
Oh, okay.
And then you always go left to right. If you try to go right to left, everything has to change. From left to right, you just follow what it says, down 1 and over 2, down 1 to the right 2. If you go backward, you have to reverse both of them. Left 2 and up 1 instead of down 1. It's completely, everything's backward. So that's why I tell people move left to right like they're reading. And again, if you don't get this, we got 2 other choices, right? How do you graph this?